How can compound interest turn your trading strategies into a money-making machine? There are lots of videos talking about compound interest, but this video is from an investor's or trader's perspective. With what I show you, you can turn $100,000 or less. You could start with $10,000 into many millions over 25 years or less, totally trouncing the S&P 500, and it's realistic. Watch this video and I'll show you why it's realistic. This system you see in front of you, it's actually a combination of systems. This takes us from $100,000 to almost 60 million in 25 years, and it's realistic, and I'll show you how. So first we go into the strategy settings, and it's a combination of 5 systems. I personally trade 13, sometimes 14 systems. This is just 5, so totally doable, and they're not complicated systems. One a little bit, the other's pretty simple. First one, and I'll actually release the details of all of these in my Patreon channel every month. Stock bond rebalance, that's based on what's gone up the most during the month, stocks or bonds. Swing system using Williams %R. And then a more detailed one, kind of a short system when things get a bit toppy, go short on bonds or stocks. Trend following system, and another trend following system for stocks. Now, we'll just do we'll do say 10 years to start with, so you can see how this kind of works. So start with $10,000, say. Just start with that. Run this thing. Right, there we go. So you turn $10,000 into $150,000 over 10 years. And the reason why it works so well is because I've got 5 different systems and they offset each other. Diversification. And within each system there are different stocks and bonds and the S&P 500 and so on and so forth. So you've got diversification within the systems, and then you've got diversification of systems themselves. And that takes out a lot of the choppiness. Now, how do you get to the money I showed you? Actually, no, first, what I'll do is prove to you it's realistic. You might think I've got no trading costs in there. Well, I do. We go up here and look at trading costs. So Interactive Brokers, which a lot of people use, charges ½ cent per share. To be conservative, I've got 1 cent per share here, and a minimum commission of $1.30 per trade. And on Interactive Brokers, it's a bit less than that. Then over here, we've got the spread between the bid and the ask at 0.06%. And that's realistic for what I'm trading here, because I'm trading liquid stuff. So bonds, S&P 500, Nvidia, other stuff like that. Actually, I'm not sure I've got Nvidia in this one, but I've got lots of other stocks that they're all liquid. But we can even, let's just for giggles, let's put this up to 0.1% per trade, which is unrealistic. It's too aggressive, and see what happens to the backtest. Just go back here, and we were at 160,000. Run it and see what effect it has. 50,000, still making a lot of money. So let's leave it at that, just for laughs, and we just add another 15 years. So we go 2000 to 2025. Have a look at what happens to the backtest results. It's just running. Right, you get up to 800,000. So you've gone from 10,000 to 800,000 in 25 years. So 80 times your money. Let's just put the slippage back to what is actually real. Run it again, and instead of 800,000, we get, just running, 5.5 million. Okay. Now, look at what happens if you just obviously work a bit harder, save a bit more money, not so many skiing holidays, they're fun, but let's just cut them back for a few years, so you can save up $100,000, right? $100,000 instead of 10,000. Maybe take some equity out of your house, whatever you need to do, whatever. And now just run this for 25 years. 60 million bucks, starting with 100K. And that's all from trading 5 very simple systems which you can actually automate. And backtesting software like Wealth Lab, which is what I'm using now, you hardly need to touch anything, and these systems have worked for a very long time. And these are not the only systems that work. There are dozens and dozens of systems that work. You just have to find systems that work for you, and these only trade daily, so you don't have to watch the screen. After 25 years, turn 100,000K into 60 million bucks. Now, you might be thinking, it's all from 1 or 2 big stocks. Okay, well, let's have a look at this. Contribution. Yeah, there are a couple. But look at that one. That's actually going off the bottom of the page here, but that's QQQ, so that's just the NASDAQ. So that's not one special stock, that's just the NASDAQ stock index, or an ETF representing it. The S&P 500 via SPY. IWM is the Russell 2000 index, so 2,000 stocks. TLT, 20-year bonds. And yeah, NVIDIA. Well, NVIDIA's only 5% of it, right? 5.5%. And we've got Eli Lilly, Qs again. Must have been a different version of them over the 25-year period. TLTs, again, a different version. Broadcom, S&P 500, again, another version, because the ticker probably, well, the form of it probably changed over the last 25 years. And then all of these little stocks. And Bitcoin. Do I have a Bitcoin in there? Yeah, that's that BITO. It's an ETF representing Bitcoin. 0.77%. So this is not from Bitcoin, right? Less than 1% of it's from Bitcoin. So that's kind of what it looks like. And then what does it look like yearly? Like, do you have to go through a lot of pain to get this money? Well, let's have a look. Monthly, 60, see that there where the arrow is? 67% of your months are profitable, which is pretty good. Only 1 out of 3 months you're losing money. Now, as you aggregate the time periods, you go monthly to quarterly, gets better. Look at that. 77% of quarters you make money. Over 25 years, yearly, we have 2 losses. 25 years of trading, you're losing money twice. 2 years in 2011 and 2018. The rest of the years, you're making bank. And 85% in that year, 2020, after the COVID crash, you're up 73%. And that's from trading 5 simple systems and not being soft about it. So following them, when you're scared, you keep on following them, you just do it. No giving in. If you're getting something out of this video, please like and subscribe. To get the results shown, you have to do 4 things. You have to do a lot of work on yourself and by yourself at the start. Invest more of your income, optimize every penny, deprive yourself a little bit. Just give up a few holidays and you can get more money in your investing, and in the long run, it's unbelievable how much money you can make. Cut out credit card debt. With credit card debt, the credit card companies are building their wealth from you. They're building their millions from you. I've invested quite frequently in Visa and MasterCard. They've done very well over the years as stocks. You want to invest in them. You don't want Visa and MasterCard to invest in you, okay? Now, don't have a big rainy day fund. I have the absolute minimum of cash. I've got basically a month of cash at any one time. All the rest is in my investing accounts. You can normally get your money from most brokers in about 3 days. So if you have an emergency where you've got a month, worth of about a month cash at least, but not much more, you can get your money out within 3 days into your bank account and you're good as gold. You need to maximize the amount of money that you have working for you at all times, as long as your systems are good. And to be honest, it's not extremely hard to come up with good systems. Don't take your money out. If you have emergencies, as I just mentioned, get a little bit out. But if you're really struggling for money, get another job. Move in with people. Whatever. Just try not to take your money out, because that will kill your compounding. All right? It's just the way it is. But after a few years, you can see you've got a bit more cushion. You can take it a bit easier. Now, it's a bit hard to follow your system sometime when the market's tough and you have scary things going on in the world geopolitically. But the video up here will help a little bit on trading psychology if you take a look at that and see what that says. Now, the last thing is you need to improve your trading and investing, obviously. And this channel is to help you do that. I want to help you increase your ability to trade and to invest. As I mentioned, the systems I'll release one per month on my Patreon channel. The link is in the description. Thank you for watching, thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.